Okay, we're going to start the class. I'd like to welcome everyone to the beautiful Kalbach Shul. I'd like to thank Rabbi Naftali Citron and Julie Borla and the whole Kalbach family and Peter for hosting us tonight, and excitingjudaism.com. We'll be having classes here four times a month, every Tuesday night. You can go to the website, you can check it out. Tonight's, I try to do once a month a Likutei Moharan. Everything that I say, 90% of what I say tonight is from a rabbi who has the whole Likutei Moharan on audio. His name is Rabbi Nachman. He's a Breslov in Israel. He was taking care of Uman for many years, and he has the Breslov World website. And so most of my notes are his. 90% of the notes that I'm going to say tonight are his. Also, I'd like to thank Richie Mansour, my friend from since I'm about 10 years old, for playing tonight. We'll hopefully hear later from him, and maybe Chaim Dov will show up also. There's no class next week because the shul here is having elections, so I'll have another class here in 2 weeks with Rabbi Mizrahi and then Rabbi Naor. So please check out the website. Let's see what else. This class will be on audio, on video, so it'll be on YouTube. So if, basically what I do when I give over the class is Rabbi Nachman is going to teach the class. And you don't, the way I see it, you don't teach Rabbi Nachman, you experience Rabbi Nachman. You can't really teach it, it's just everybody's experience. Also, I'm sharing what I know. I'm not teaching. You don't teach Rabbi Nachman, like I said. So I basically go around the table. Everybody's going to say a little bit of the class, of what's printed. So we're all going to learn it together. Okay, so let's see what else. Okay, so this Torah was printed after Rabbi Nachman passed away. There were two sections of Likutei Moharan from Rabbi Nachman. The word Likutei Moharan, Likutei means to gather, to leket. It's used in many, many books. Likutei Sichot by Lubavitcher Rabbi. Likutei is a very common name. It means to gathered sayings. And Moharan means Morenu Maharabenu Rav Nachman. So it's an acronym for Rabbi Nachman's name. Let's see what else. So tonight's, this class, this Torah, in Breslov they call it Torah. This Torah that Rabbi Nachman gave was given in the summer of 1809. And the whole Torah here came up when they were in a group. Rabbi Nachman was in a group with his Hasidim, and someone said to him, Rav Levi Miberdichev was traveling around raising money, and he went to the town of Lassi, or Iasi, and he made a lot of money. He collected a lot of money for the yeshivas. And Rabbi Nachman said, a song is better than this. A song is better than money. Rabbi Nachman says. And he says, a song of the land of Israel is certainly better. And he says here, if you took someone with a real lust for money, someone's, like the rabbi said, their money is more precious than their own body, as it says in different places, with all your might. Even so, if you heard the real song of Israel, then it will cure your irrational, self-destructive craving for money. That's what Rabbi Nachman says. Song of Israel will do that, real song of Israel. So that's when Rabbi Nachman gave over this Torah. So I'm going to start the Torah, and then we'll go around the table, and everybody wants to share. I'd like to also welcome my wife, Rivka. We're married about 9 months. So still Mazel Tov. Soon by everybody. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the Torah begins when Yaakov, there was a famine in Israel, and there was no more food in Israel, and Yaakov tells his sons go down to Egypt and get food. So Yosef recognizes his brothers, they don't recognize him. Now he's going to play his game on them, that they should make tshuva, they should see what happened. And so he takes Shimon as a so-called hostage, and he says, don't come back until I see my younger brother, your younger brother. Meanwhile, he doesn't tell them who he is. So they go back to Yaakov, they go home, then they ran out of money, and they ran out of food, and Yaakov says, we need more food. So Yehuda, oldest son, says, like we told you, we can't go there unless we go with our son, Binyamin. So Yaakov says, why'd you tell him you had a younger brother? What's, you're crazy. We already lost Yosef. Now, I don't trust you guys, Yaakov says. So, yes, sir.
Why didn't he say he'll go along also?
Very interesting. Probably he was old. Welcome. He's probably old, no? Can't leave. So, he has to run the business. Welcome. So please take a Torah. The more people, the less pressure on me. How we doing? It's good? It's wide? Okay, so then the food runs out again, and they go. So Yaakov says, "Where's the food?" So Yehuda says, "Hi, Julie." Yehuda says, "We told you we're not going to go down until you send a younger son." So Yaakov says, "Okay, if you want to take him, Shem's going to do whatever he has to do. But if you're going to go down, you have to take this exact beautiful thing that Yaakov tells his sons to do. Take from the choice products of the land in your pouches." I'm on the top of the page. "And bring down to the man as tribute some balsam, some honey, and gum, resin, pistachio nuts, and almonds." So Yaakov is trying to bribe the viceroy. He doesn't know it's Yosef. He's trying to bribe him with some beautiful things of the land. That's the simple meaning of the verse. Everybody heard this 100 times. We read it every year. So now we're going to start the Torah. I'll start the Torah. So the Hebrew is very interesting, that you can pick up some really interesting stuff in the Hebrew. You want to give a copy to Julie? You want to give a copy to Julie? Rabbi Nachman, when he starts off the Torah with Da, if you see in the Hebrew, Da is from the word Das. So Rabbi Nachman is saying, Da, take it to heart. Da, let your brain start working. There's a lot going on here. So it says, when Yaakov sent his sons, the 10 tribes, to Yosef, he sent with them a melody of the land of Israel. If you look at the Hebrew, he says, Kichu mizimirot haaretz. Take with you from the song of the land, bilchachem, in your pouches. So now you have, in the Torah, there's 70 levels of explanation. So Rabbi Nachman is going to give you a quick explanation of what that means. Take of the melody of the land of Israel. What does that mean? So now Rabbi Nachman says, I'm going to explain it to you. And Nachman says now the word sod, secret. It's a little code. First I told you da. Think deeply now. I'm going to take you on a journey. Now he says sod. Now I'm going to tell you a secret. Right? So he says, sod is in the Hebrew. Sod.
Right, we put it into the first line, right foot colon? Second line.
So he's saying secret. I'm giving you a code time. This is the deeper meaning of take from the zemirot, of the choice products of the land in your pouches. Okay? So I just want to go to the commentary. 1 second. Okay, so the concept of zemer, song and melody, which is sent through them to Yosef. This is, as Rashi comments, mizmirot, it connotes zemer, period. Okay, that's a little cryptic. Now we're going to take it apart. Zemirot means a few things. It means produce, it means song, it means to cut. Pesukei de Zimra, when we do on Shabbos, before they say the Baruch Shamar, it's to cut. It's to cut produce. It also means to cut away the negativity when you're praying. It's the ascension of the prayers. You say the Tehillim, and then you slowly get to Baruch Shamar and Ashrei. So It's also a level of taking away all the negativity. Okay, if you look at the commentary on the right side, on page 278, on footnote 4, now they're going to give their regular commentary. Zemirot, it connotes zemer. Rashi cites, and Targum Unkelos, that the items which Yaakov sent as a tribute were the land's choice products, whose praises were universally sung. In the context of our lesson, Rabbi Nachman reads this as Yaakov having sent a melody from the land of Israel. So we're just putting down the basics here. So now we don't know what he sent. He's sending fruit, he's sending pistachios, and now Rabbi Nachman says he's sending a song. All from one word, zemirot, okay? Means praises. Okay. Now Rabbi Nachman is going to now explain more. So now he says, kita. Now you should know. So looking at, we're footnote 5. So I'm going to say a little bit and I'm going to go to the next person. So no, each and every shepherd has his own special melody. Rabbi Nachman now is going to explain the source of music in the world. So he started off with a Torah that had to do with this subject. Now he's going to digress and explain the source of music in the world. No, each and every shepherd has his own special melody, according to the grasses and specific location where he is grazing. Period. That's very interesting. This is because each and every animal has a specific grass which it needs to eat. He also does not always pasture in the same place. Okay, so we're going to go to the footnote